there. Well, he's gonna find it. Well, there's treasure waiting. It's just been hiding. Yeah, you know he'll comb the beach and he'll unearth metal. Calabash digger will find something special. He'll dig, he'll dive to find that treasure. Welcome to Calabash Digger Adventures.
All right, guys, I'm out here at Ocean Isle Beach today, and I'm testing the Deis 2 with the HF2 coil. And the goal of this video is, one, to see how to run this machine on the Carolina Beach coast and get it stable, and then two, to compare it to other models of detectors with similar coils on gold to see just how sensitive this 88 kilohertz is. Well, I can confidently say that I have figured out how to run this thing on this beach and get really good stability and performance out of it, as I'm going to show you in the coming up video. Now, with that being said, this is a beta version, and I was reluctant to compare, as XP has released this coil with beta software, and I was reluctant to compare them head to head, but we're going to show it, and then if something changes in the future, we will change this. Here is a tidbit. If you have bought a Deis HF2 coil, I have used tracking ground balance in the past with the black coils. The HF2 coil tracked my chain out. So I don't know if they're going to have to adjust some parameters, or I don't know if we're just going to have to use a manual ground grab. But in the video, I manually ground grabbed it. I went on a long 2-hour hunt here, up, down, dry sand, back, forth. Stability stayed good. And anyway, I'm not going to be a spoiler alert. You guys are going to have to watch the video to see the results. How does it fare against the Manicore? How does the triple score fit in as being a lower price detector? Well, you guys are going to have to check it out. Stay tuned. Can you run 89 kilohertz close to salt water? Well, she's ground balanced. I ground balanced her into salt. Very minimal. Now you get out over the water, yeah, you get a little bit of noise, but very minimal. It's 89 kilohertz. The sun's going down. It's beautiful today, guys. And yes, the machine is running. So I'm just going to sweep you around with me. I found some super small stuff. You get a little bit of feedback. See those ripples right there? Let me show you. But it's because it's running such a high frequency, and we got this thing running on the edge right here, that I would say that it's doing pretty doggone good for stability at 89 kilohertz. Now, let's see if we can get it to sound off right here. Just a little bit on these ripples. Nope, nothing out of the ordinary. I had a little salt water under the coil a while ago, and those ripples, I could get, you know, 88. I could bump it down to 53, take the noise out, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Look at the settings. Sensitivity 95 down here with 89 kilohertz. All right, guys, GoPro stop recording in the water. That's pushing it a little bit. But if we go down to 53, can we get it stable? 53 can be ran in the water. Look at that. Not going, and I got the salt sensitivity up and the sensitivity up. We could dial it back and get it really quiet at 53. But we're going to run some more 89 to see if we can find something. But that's pretty impressive, right? Boy, you heard it come alive with that 89, right? Let's see what it does at 53. See it quieting down at 53? 89's lively in that water, but 53 is very doable. GoPro, stop recording. I was talking about, you get a little bit of feedback, nothing major, man. I can hunt with that. There it is, a bottle cap here. Nothing major right there, guys. I mean, that's very, very doable. That's impressive at 89 kilohertz. So we got it running. We got this sucker dialed in. We figured out how to run her on the beach and test her. So stay tuned. GoPro stop. All right, recording. Guys, I believe I've got what we would call a fair test right here. I've got a chain buried. I'll show you the chain, but I've had ocean water come up on it. It's running out. I checked both machines, the Manicore, and I'm gonna bring the triple score out in a minute, but I checked both machines to make sure that we had no ghost hole detection. I think it's pushing it to the limits of both detectors, and you guys will have to be the judge. I'll show you the coil height, but let me get this other camera started up, and I'll go through the settings of what I got. I'm running the Deis 2 in beach sensitive. It's basically, I got it called a test. I'm running it in square. Let me get it down here where you guys can see it. I'm running it in square, sensitivity 97, salt sensitivity 9. I brought the reactivity up to 2 so I could get it stable with that high salt sensitivity, because in the audio response is 5. I would hunt this machine. I'm going to take it out. It's got a manual ground balance on it. You guys can hear that. I'm going to hold the GoPro down behind the speaker because the wireless mics connected can interfere with the Deis 2. So let me make sure that we got, let me make sure that I got the sound bumped up. Get the external speaker going wide open. All right. I'm just going to hook the GoPro right here at the bottom of the stick grab. 82, somewhere in there on the salt water. Now I've got it run up hot, as I've got the Manicore run up hot, but you guys can hear it. We may lower the sensitivity down a couple of points, 96. We're just gonna run it at 95. And I'm happy with that. That's comparable to the Manicore. This is 88 kilohertz, and I'll show you where I got it, so nobody, won't be saying he's going crazy here. So we're gonna come back out of the detect screen. I'm just gonna put this down. It's IDing at a 20, a 1, 2, and 3 on the Manicore. So I want you guys to be able to hear it. So let me make sure that, yeah, we're rolling there. Look at that coil height. I'm gonna say that that's probably, the chain is buried about 2 inches, so I'm gonna estimate that I'm getting 5 inches of detection depth in 88 kilohertz. You guys hear it? I hear that fine in the headphones. I don't know how the GoPro's picking up the external speaker, but it's there. I could boost the audio response so you can hear it. But I'm not going to run that machine like that. I'm just showing you that it is hitting it. I can hear it with a faint signal in the headphones right here. Very impressive. Small gold chain. I'm going to show you to in just a second, but we're going to click this one off. We're going to get the Manicore out, and we're just going to run the triple score over that just for kicks and giggles. And give me just a minute. I'll be right back. All right, guys. My Manicore screen is out. Let me look for my light here. Where's my light, guys? Oh, it's up on my thing so I can show you the screen. We're running beach low conductor, recovery of 4. And I'll just show it to you guys. I hope you guys can see it here. Depth audio theme. I don't know if it's gonna pick it up or not. 24 sensitivity. Beach low conductors. Noise canceled. Ground balance 7. That's what it ground balanced out. We're not running tracking. And we'll talk about that. Upper 7, 4. Ferris volume 4. Depth audio theme. So that's where we're at with the Manicore. Let's go ahead and noise cancel it. Let's get it where you guys can hear it. Oh, it's deafening. And let's throw the flashlight down. So, let me put the GoPro back on the back of it too. Minelab audio is different than the Deis 2 audio. It's more pronounced. The Deis 2 audio is more modulated. But let's see if what we can deduce from this. 24 sensitivity. Let's show it on the beach. Little bit of pop here and there. Little bit of pop here and there. Okay, I tried it on 25. It was a little bit much. I can show you guys that. Start getting down here by the water. Start getting that iron bump out of the soil. Maybe I need to ground balance and show you guys. So let's see if I can see the screen good enough to. Yeah, I'm having to. Ground balanced up to a 10. So let's go up here and see if we can hit this. If we can hit this. Close to it. Noise cancel. Lifting the coil. Down on it. Iron buzz in there with it. Lifting it. One ID. Let me see if you guys can see that. Straight one ID. Okay, I'm going to carry it up to the tallest height. See what you guys think. That's it right there. Now, before anybody says anything, this is the way that I hunt the Manicore. I believe that this is one of the world's best machines right now, and especially on the beach. But, you know, we're going to check a gold ring. We're going to check some more targets with this same setup that we tested on the chain. Now, the Deis 2 is recovery at 2, and that kind of puts me in a dilemma because I would like to hunt it at 1.5, but I feel like it's hitting that chain better at 2 with a salt sensitivity of 9. So, let's look at that real quick just one more time, just to confirm the data. I'm very happy with this test. The other beach video that I did was not happy with it. Didn't feel like the test was valid. I had a little bit to learn with this coil here in this high frequency. And, tracking ground balance. I'm going to report this to XP, but I think the parameters on tracking ground balance on the beach may be off a little bit on this coil because I tested it in the air and it will track the necklace out. And I have not seen that in previous versions or previous coils with this detector. So let's get right here. Let's cut it on and let you guys look at it one more time. And they're running pretty much apples to apples on the test here. Let's. $84, $83, about the same ground balance of where we were last time. Same exact settings. Let's just check it out. Look at that coil height. Look at that. So we're catching a 30 ID. Every now and then I ID it. But let's check one more thing since we're just experimenting with the Deis 2. Let's drop the salt sensitivity to 8, reactivity to 1.5. Now I can run it at that because I have, so let's look. Okay, you guys be the judge. I think reactivity of 2, salt sensitivity of 9 did better on that target. The chain is right there. I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to show it to you guys. Give me just a minute. It's more of a finer, kind of a finer gold chain. So, but we're going to have to come to a conversation about gold rings and what hits deeper gold rings. Is it 1.5 and 8 or 2 and 9? So we'll get to that in a minute, but this is the gold chain. Pretty small, and I'm not going to take it out of the package. This was my mother-in-law's, and I don't want any sand to get on it, but you guys can see it right there. Small rope chain, very, very fine rope chain. So both detectors hitting it, that's impressive. Oh, I need to crank up the triple score, and I done picked the thing. Oh man, I forgot. Give me just a minute, I'll be right back. Recovery speed of 3. About what I'd run on the beach. Iron will go down to 1. Let's see what the tones are here in the beach program. We're gonna go to pitch. Let's check the stability. Let me get my headphones on with this machine too. Stability sounds great. Man, it's stable. You guys hear that? That's right, you don't hear anything. It's stable, man. Check that out. Normally there's a little bit of trade-off with that, but let's kind of just go back. Let's see here. Let's just rake the sand back. We'll lay that chain right in there. It's a little bit shallower than what the Deis 2 was hitting. Can it hit it on top of the sand? No go on the chain on the triple score. $499 detector. Yes, it is on, but I kind of expected that. This is kind of a specialty thing, and this is where the high-end machines have the advantage. You guys clearly see that chain is undetectable by the triple score. I kind of knew that from previous tests, but ring targets, let's check those out. I'm gonna get this gold ring out right here, but I'm gonna pop this gold ring in the ground. We're gonna figure out the best way to get these machines to hit it. We're gonna come back and show the test on the gold ring. Same settings on all 3 detectors. Reactivity 2. So this is a ring, and I'm gonna say it's a smaller gold ring, probably 6 to 7 inches. I didn't quite get it. We're gonna dig it up, we're gonna bury it deeper, but check this out. We put the mic down there where you guys can hear it. Absolutely no problem. Machine's been ground balanced. I'm gonna run real quick, grab the Manicore, drag the triple score back. I'm just gonna leave the headphones off. I've already listened to this stuff with the headphones, so I'm gonna lay them up here, lay these right here, and you guys check this out. Manicore coming up, and like I said, we're gonna bury this deeper because what we want to see is which one maxes out on this deal. Same settings on the Manicore. I know the screen's out, but same deal. Let's say we run through it. Maybe you guys can see the shadow. So it's all the same deal. Let's look at this ring. Uh-oh, need to cut the speaker on so you guys can hear it. Smokes it. I hope I didn't record my whole video on the chain with the speaker off on the Manicore. That's going to suck if I did. So, let's look at the triple score. I'm gonna have to go back, look through the video, and see if I did that. Oh no! Triple score. All right, ground balance, let's look at it. Right at the detection limit of the triple score. So we're gonna dig it up. All right, guys, I've got the Deis 2 out here looking at the frequency bands because we want to figure out what's 88 kilohertz got, 53 kilohertz got, you know, and we want to know what's going on with the depth right here. So we're going to check this gold ring, but well, let's get to the ring test. That's enough excitement with that. I'm not even going to crank the triple score up. It was pretty much maxed out on that deal, so let's stay tuned right here. Let's look at this gold ring. Let's get this divot filled back in right here. Let's pack all this back down. I'm confident with both detectors. I've been checking them off camera that we're not getting ghost hole detection. We got some valid testing going on. Smoking that ring, ain't it? That's a 9 or 10 inch ring, dude. Gold ring that I showed you guys. Let's look at the Deis 2. We're gonna check it right here. We're gonna ground balance it. The Minelab remembers the ground balance. I like that. There we go. Let's check this ring out. Now this does have a reactivity of 2. Well, we gotta check it like that because that's how I tested it on the chain. Okay, what kilohertz are we in here? We're in 89. Let's go down to reactivity 1.5, but we know that we need to lower the salt sensitivity down 1 point if we do that. I will say this, I don't know. You guys are looking at it, I'm looking down on it. Maybe the Deis 2, but I don't know. We're gonna put the Manicore back on it. I will say this, the Manicore ID, I think is working better at depth. So let's look at this test again. Well, let's just, while we're here, let's lower it down to 53. Let's see what happens. 53 kilohertz. $89 kilohertz. Touching the ground, 53. 29. 89 is the strongest of the 3 frequencies, I do believe. And just to be fair, let's go back and look at the Manicore one more time. We'll get the coil height on it. It's pretty close, ain't it? It's pretty close. And the chain going to, now that's lowered down to 1.5. So 2, you're gonna have to make up your mind what you want to do there. So you're gonna give up a little bit of depth with a recovery of 2 and salt sensitivity 9, or you're gonna gain a little bit of depth with a recovery of 1.5 and salt sensitivity at 8. But maybe you could stand to run it at 9 and then you would gain both. I don't know. Maybe Manicore. Look at the coil height. It's close. It's really close. It's real close. So then I guess that brings us to who won the chain. So if depth's close, then which one was better on the chain? You guys are gonna have to judge that for yourself. But we will try one more test with these 2 detectors. Got a little gold nugget that I air tested. We're just gonna lay it in the sand and see if either one of these detectors will hit it laying on the beach in the wet sand. So stay tuned. So I'm gonna take this back here and I'm gonna test this triple score on this gold nugget. Now, let me tell you about this right here, guys. This detector's $499. I don't expect it to keep up with these detectors. We're just showing it and showing you the differences. In my opinion, you ought to see all the stuff this comes with. I have a review video up on it. So just check it out on the gold nugget. The gold nugget is about 2 to 2.5 inches deep. I'll show it to you on camera what it is. And it's beyond detection for the triple score. And that is not a knock or anything on the triple score. This is a different category detector. You've seen that this thing was hitting the ring at a pretty good, decent depth. It's got great depth for the price, but this is not about the Nokta triple score. I'm just saying that's not a knock on that detector. This detector with this coil is probably $1,800. This one's $1,200. That coil probably $1,400 versus a $500 one. So that's my little thing about that. Let's look at the gold nugget. Must have been something under the coil right there. We're back at an 82. That's about the right, what we always see. Let's look at the gold nugget. That is a reactivity of salt sensitive 9. Let's go down and just try the reactivity at 1.5. Let's see what salt sensitivity 9 does. I think I like the reactivity of 2. Well, that's a good piece of data. When you get a blip like that and you're not getting no ID, that may be a clue that you're over a tiny, well, we know that it is, but it's just a good piece of data that it's a clue that you're over a tiny, tiny target. So Manicore, same exact settings. This machine remembers its ground balance. Will it hit it? I swear, I think there's something in the soil there. No, false alarm. You guys be the judge on the small nugget. You guys be the judge. They both hit it. Very, very impressive from both machines right there. Let me show you guys what the nugget looks like. Let me just dig it up right here. You see where the nugget was? It was right back over there in the corner of that bag, just like I showed you guys. So you know what it's toning on. All right, guys, what are my initial impressions of this coil on the beach? Well, it runs really stable for 88 kilohertz. How does it stack up against the Minelab Manticore? Well, you guys seen the video, you seen the test results. What do you guys think? I'm not going to stand here and tell you that it'll dig a target 2 foot deeper, but you guys seen the results. You seen the stability of this coil running 88 kilohertz. You see me dig a couple of targets. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have a Deis 2 and you're looking for a micro jewelry hunter on the beach, this coil fits the bill. So it digs small stuff, and it's got good sensitivity on chains and deeper gold rings as you've seen, and the small gold nugget as you've seen in the video. So I'm really surprised at how I got the coil calmed down. Here's one side note. I tried tracking ground balance, but I'm going to report a couple of things to XP on that. As far as chains go, if you're hunting chains, I would not use tracking ground balance at this time because it actually tracked the chain out. So, with that being said, this is a beta version and things are subject to change.